So we've got a BMW E90 and it seems to be having some misfires. So I'm going to go ahead and change out the coils and the spark plugs, and let's see if that fixes the problem. Okay, first we're going to want to remove the plastic covers on either side of the engine bay. Just pop out this little clasp here. There we go. You're going to want to take off this plastic cover as well. Again, it's got a couple of clasps, slip those off. Okay, let's get a look in here. Next, we're going to want to take off the cabin air filter, and that's just got a couple 8mm bolts hidden in here. It's just a couple on either side. Go ahead and zip those out. Okay, next we're going to remove the wiring harness. This just has a couple clips in it that you can just kind of pull towards yourself and it should come out just like that. There's another wire down here. This one needs to come out as well. And this you should be able to just pull towards you. There may be a safety clip on here, and this you can just open up with a screwdriver. And next we need to remove this plastic shroud. There's a couple 8mm bolts hidden in here somewhere. I think I see one right there. And there's another one on the other side over here. When you take off the shroud, you will need to take off the sensor as well. These you can just kind of twist, I believe. And it should come out. Just be careful. There we go. We just need to remove these wire clips. Should just slide off. There we go. Put that in a safe location. And same thing for the other side. You just need to take this piece off. Again, this should just slide out. There we go. Okay, there's an additional clip right here that just slips right off. So now, remember to remove these tabs. And the shroud should come out. There we go. Okay, so now that we're at the engine cover, we just have 3 5mm Allen bolts to take out. And now with those bolts out, the engine cover should lift out. There we go. Okay, so now we have access to our coils. They're all the way back there, a little cramped in. And let's get started on taking these coils out, and then we'll work on the spark plugs. So in order to take these off, you need to lift the tab. You'll notice that the connector just pops right out, just like that. And now you should be able to lift the coil out. You may have to wiggle it a little bit. Just do it nicely. You don't want the boot to tear. Sometimes when they don't come nicely, take a screwdriver and use it for leverage. There we go. Oh, took the sleeve with it. Let's get that back down in there. Okay, so inside that well is your spark plug. So what we're gonna need is a 5/8 socket, spark plug socket. It's a special kind of socket that's got some rubber in it. And that's gonna help us take out the spark plug. I went ahead and used an extension, as you can see, the longest extension that I had, to make it down into the spark plug well. Now, you're going to want to do this gently. Last thing you want is for a spark plug to bind or cross thread. There we go. And there you have it. Spark plug is out. Okay, something I like to do before I install new parts is just compare the old ones to the new ones. Kind of look the same, right? Same connectors. Check your spark plugs over, make sure these are pretty close. Sometimes you'll have to take a look at the threads and match them up. But as long as they look the same, they should fit the same. And before reinstalling these parts, I like to put a little dielectric grease right inside of the coil. That way it just ensures a better connection between the coil and the spark plug. And if you want to make life easier on yourself for your next spark plug job, put a little anti-seize on the threads, and that'll make the next change a little easier. Okay, so we got our coil and our dielectric grease. Just put a little dollop inside. You don't have to put a lot. Yeah, just a little bit will do. Okay, let's go ahead and put our new spark plug in. Take your 5/8 socket and push the spark plug gingerly into the rubber boot. Should stick in just like that. And then go ahead and gently put the new spark plug in the hole. Try to find the hole. You don't want to cross thread this. And just little turns until you find it. If you feel any resistance, stop what you're doing and back up. Do not cross thread this. It's a whole other job. Nobody got time for that. And just get it nice and snug. I go ahead and do the 2-finger tight trick. Just don't overdo it. Okay, let's get our new coil and put that inside. You can make the connection up top that makes it easier on yourself. And when you start to put this in, it's going to want to close. There we go. Make sure that's fully seated. And there you go. So you just have to repeat the same process as you did on this one for the next 5 cylinders in a row. They get a little trickier as you go on, especially back here. If you're having any trouble, what I recommend is sometimes getting these connections off is kind of tough. So you can always pull the coil up a little bit and then go ahead and pop the clip, and you'll be able to get these out the further back on the engine you get. So let's go ahead and repeat that. I'll let you know if I run into any trouble. Okay, there you have it. All new spark plugs and coils. I did have a little trouble on the 5th cylinder. What I recommend you use is an articulating socket. That way you don't have to take off more parts from your car. You can just put the socket in there and turn it, and just remember, be gentle when you take this stuff out because it is basically glass. So that'll make your life a little easier. Okay, now all that's left is putting everything on in reverse. Okay, that's sounding a lot better. So that's how you do new plugs and coils on a BMW E90. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helped.